right. Hi everyone. Welcome to another live stream. So I'm just setting everything up here so that you guys can see well. And I'm gonna also take the chat. Yeah. So that I can also read your comments. So yeah, welcome to another workout stream today. And I hope you guys are well. And yeah, today, as the title says, I'm gonna be doing a full body routine. So different exercises, either body weight or using very small weights like these dumbbells right here that are like 2 kilos, or using like elastic bands. So I'm gonna be using very little equipment to show you a routine where you can train your whole body, and at the same time, very important as well, doing some postural and corrective exercises to counter the fact that we stay a lot of time seated in the seated position, and exercises for the neck, exercises for the chest, exercises for the shoulders to allow you to also keep a better posture. So Morten, hi, welcome. So let's just get into it right away. I hope that you guys can see well. And so we can just move on here to the workout. Okay. So let me see here if I can move the phone slightly closer to the top here. So yeah, here we go. So this is my room. Normally when you train at home, you have to use whatever you have. And I have other parts in the house that I could use to train. But in this case, I want to show you very basic exercises, so something that it's not going to really take so much room or so much equipment. You can do at home in your own room, and you can still train, your overall body. So we're going to concentrate on the most important muscle groups, but at the same time, as I said before, we're going to also do some postural and corrective exercises for those very small muscle groups that are very good to keep our posture healthy. So yeah, now I'm gonna start with something for the shoulders. All right. So for the neck, shoulders, rotator cuff, exercise in that direction. And then what you're gonna do is, before you start working out, you want to always warm up. So for example, here you want to warm the shoulder area. So it's very simple, for example, doing some circles with your arms. So just trying to warm the muscles to make them contract, relax, and to just let the blood come into the muscles, and that way just the warm-up is just very useful for this, because the warm-ups reduces risks of injury, because you have your muscles that are more ready and more flexible, so you have lower chance of, for example, rupturing them or having other problems. Miguel, hi, welcome. And I'm just, a physical therapist, and I also like to work out. So that's why I upload in the channel, videos about working out, because I think it's very important. Exercise, it's the very first medicine. And if you want to reach, an old age, staying healthy and having, not a lot of problems, you have to stay healthy. And exercising is one of the easiest way to do it. It's not gonna take you that much, especially if you don't really like it, you don't have much time. You don't have to force yourself to do it, but doing a little bit of exercising each day, physical activity, is gonna prevent a lot of different problems that come with age, oops. Sorry about that. Okay, that should be good. So as I was saying, different problems that come as you just get older. All right, so I'm gonna now do this exercise right here. I don't know really the name in English, but I hope that you're gonna be able to see what I do. So I just stand here, all right, with my forehead on the ground, Then here I lift my arms like this, see? And then I try to lift them up and push and go back to the start and then down. This, push, down. And you always want to try not to touch with your hands the floor. So you always try to keep your arms above the floor without touching it, and trying to straighten them up as much as possible. So like this, push, go back and down. Now you can start adding a different exercise. In this case, what you want to do is you want to start from your arms like this behind your back, right? And what you're going to do is keeping your elbows off the ground. You're going to just rotate them, do this, and then push. And then go back here to the start and boom. Alright, so this is a very nice exercise for the shoulders, because you have, especially for the shoulder blades, because the fact that you keep your arms overhead, without touching the ground means that you have to control them with the scapulas. So it's a very effective exercise for that reason. Frosker Madden, hi, welcome, and yeah, nice to have you in the stream. Now you can do the same exercise, and I'm going to do it with some weights. So remember that these muscles are not very large, so you're going to keep a very limited weight, so not something that's very heavy. So in this case, these dumbbells are like 2 kilos. You can even use something like water bottles, right? Something that is less than 2 kilos, like even 1 kilo, half a kilo, and stuff like that. And in this case, you're going to do the same. So you're going to just place yourself in this position, and you're going to just, with your forehand on the ground, you're going to just press up, keeping your arms in your hands, especially not touching the ground. So like this, all right? So it's the exact same as before. So first you do this, right? And then you just press forward and down. I'm keeping here my thumbs up, so I'm keeping my thumbs facing the ceiling. So up, press, and back. Up, and back. And back. I touched the ground. You can see when you hear noises, that's because I'm touching the ground. So you wanna do it slowly, but do it controlled. So don't do it too fast. Nice. 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 All right. So I think I did around 10 reps, 12 reps. That should be good. Oh, so you were Theodore. Okay, so welcome, Theodore. So this is a very good exercise, because this is a corrective exercise. You see, we sit so much time during the day with this posture, right? Computer, reading, eating, whatever. We have this rounding of the shoulders position, and we spend a lot of day like this, right? So this exercise is good because of the fact that it trains you, and it trains the muscles that instead are gonna keep you more upright. like this. And especially the scapular muscles that are gonna hold the scapulas are gonna be very important because they're gonna counter this effect of, you know, rounding the shoulders. So that's why it's good to train these muscles to make them stronger. And also at the same time as you're doing this exercise, you are correcting your posture. So yeah, that's just it. So remember to add these exercises every time in your routine. Right now I'm going to show you another shoulder exercise, but in this case with a an elastic band, right? That for the rotator cuff. So rotator cuff is a set of muscles that are very deep into the shoulder joint that are very, very important in shoulder health because they're going to keep the head of the humerus centered as you move your arm in the space. If you have these muscles weak or if you don't have trained them enough, as you move your arms overhead, you're going to have the humerus, that is the bone right here, is going to just move forward, upwards, so you're going to end up creating other problems. So that's why it's important training these muscles, especially the external rotators, more than, for example, the internal rotators. And you can do a very easy exercise. In this case, you just grab an elastic band like this. You can just keep it in the ground with your hand or with your arm. It doesn't really matter. And then what you do with the other arm, you want to just try to, you know, open up your arm like you are doing this. So see here from the front, I'm trying to do this. So keeping my elbows here, touching my side of my body. So I'm not doing this, all right? Because otherwise here I'm keeping the shoulders neutral. I'm trying to, from here, to just open up my arms, keeping my elbows tucked in. So you just want to do this, but instead you want to do it against a resistance. So you can either do it, for example, sometimes even like this, right? You grab an elastic band, you try to keep your elbows tucked in, and then you try just to do both arms at the same time, like this, right? And then down. Remember, the movement is not very large, but the most important thing is that you feel that these muscles are working. So again, like this, trying to open up the arms, but keeping the elbows tucked in. That's very important. Don't flare them up. Or you can do a variation that I find it a little more useful. That is the variation from an internal rotated position, for example this one, I just externally rotate against the elastic band resistance. So I do the full range of motion. See here? So for example, I could just grab the elastic band here somewhere, yeah, anchor it, and then you do this. Once again, here it's very important not doing this. So see that my elbow is not moving, I'm keeping it tight, and I'm just rotating. It's like I'm doing with the arm, I'm doing this. But I'm doing it against the resistance in this case. So from here, boom, and then down. So of course, this is best done when you have a lot of room. And for example, you can even anchor the elastic band somewhere and you can do your exercise. But even doing this, it's already, you know, something, and it's already enough. So from here, and then controlling, right? And then slowly coming in again towards the starting position. Very important here, keeping always the elbow tucked in. Don't flare it out. And you should feel here warming up and muscles getting fatigued in the posterior part of the shoulder right here. You should feel the muscles working around this area. So if you feel that, that means that you're doing the exercise correctly. So you go into internal rotation. You can sometimes even rotate away so that you have even more internal rotation, right? Like this. So I think this one is even better than before because there is just more range of motion. All right. And remember as well the wrist, don't try to cheat your way trying to use your wrist. Try to keep always your wrist in the same position like this. So don't try to use more wrist or less, right? Don't try to cheat. Always keep the wrist up and try to always do the whole movement with your shoulder. So try to do this rotation. Now in this same spot, well actually I'm going to train the other arm now. So I'm going to have to just move in the opposite side. Right, like this. actually no, yeah, like this. Or I can even grab here. Yeah, I think I can even grab something like here, should be good. Like anywhere where you can just anchor your hand should work. So yeah, for example like this, right? So it's exactly as before, but I'm doing it for the other arm. Always the elbow touching your body. And this is just, external rotation. So it's a movement that's going to train very small muscles, but very important muscles for your shoulder health. You do once again 12 to 10, 12 or 15 reps, depending on how you feel and how many you think you can do with correct form. So always go slow, controlled, and try to feel your muscles right here, burning. So try to feel that this area gets to burn. That's the most important thing. Now I'm going to show you some variations of this exercise in case you might not have an elastic band, right? What you can do? Well, you can once again grab some dumbbells or even like a water bottle. And I'm going to show you now with the water bottle so you see that you don't have to get such or to use much equipment. And you're going to place in this case yourself in your side, right, like this. And then you want to grab the weight in your hand. And then once again here, keeping your elbow tucked in, you're going to just lift the weight up as much as you can. And then slowly coming down. So if you remember from before, like this is the exact same motion, but in this case the weight is the water bottle or whatever thing you might be picking, dumbbell or a rock or anything really. So, and if you do this slowly, and here you hold a little bit, then you go down, and again you hold, you're gonna also feel that you're still working, like the same muscles. You're gonna feel the same burning and the same activation of the muscle. So even something as a water bottle can be good in this situation. Remember to do both sides. So you do the right side and then you do in this case the left side like this, right? So once again, same position, having your elbow always touching your side, bring it up, holding a little bit and then down. Always try to go as far up as you can, depending on your mobility and on your strength. Then keep the position right there for a couple seconds and then slowly come down. And yeah, so you can see that even with very little equipment, you can still train these muscles and you can still feel the burning. So I really want to recommend you to do this exercise slowly and to feel the burn. So try to keep on going until you feel this uncomfortableness, this burning right behind here, as I showed you before, in the shoulder, and yeah, try to keep the motion correctly and boom. So that's two variations that you can do with this exercise. One with the elastic band, that it's going to be slightly better because of the fact that the more you pull the elastic band, the higher the resistance, right? So the highest tension comes at the end of the motion. Instead, when you're using standard weights, depending on how you place yourself against gravity, there might be a certain part where it becomes easier because gravity is not perpendicular, right? So it's not pulling as much on the weight. So that's the only difference. So that's why I think elastic bands are a little superior to just weights. But yeah, in case you don't have elastic bands, I just showed you a way that you can do this exercise. And now there are many different variations here with an elastic band. And I'm going to show you just one variation, also to train the rotator cuff, but also it's going to be important for the corrective posture because it's going to help also the other upper back muscles and especially the scapular muscles that are going to stabilize the scapulus. So, so yeah, Roblox, hi, welcome. Now in this case, you're going to need to anchor the elastic band somewhere. In this case, I'm going to just anchor it to the doorknob. So this one right here is something very simple, right? Like this. The important thing is that it's not gonna break down, right? So it's important that it's gonna hold on and it's gonna be able to support all the weight you're gonna do. You can even here double it. I just recommend here doubling it like this, so it's not gonna move that much. And the exercise I'm gonna show you is the face pull. If you follow also after the next channel, this an exercise that he calls face pull. It's like an external rotation with keeping the elbows at 90 degrees and keeping the shoulders at 90 degrees. So it's like a pull, right? But instead of being a lower pull like this or a higher pull, you just are focusing only on keeping the elbows and shoulders at 90 degrees, and especially to make your wrists win over the elbows. So it's not gonna be this, right? But it's gonna be this. So it's once again good for opening up the chest and to strengthen all these upper back muscles for the posture. And unfortunately here I can only show you from behind, but I hope that you can still see how it works. So you grab here one end, all right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just pull the elastic band towards your face, trying to make your wrists win over your elbows. So I hope that you were able to see how it is. So it's pretty much like from the side, right? It's pretty much from here, you just pull and you try to end here with your hands like a little bit higher than your eyes, like this, right? And you try to externally rotate. So try to make your wrists win over your elbows. So your wrists are more far back than your elbows. So from here to here. So that's pretty much it. And you just do it against a resistance band, so it's a little bit harder. Now, if there are many variations to this exercise, now the best one, the one I prefer the most, is the one where you mix this external rotation part with the scapular strengthening, and especially the one where you hold your hands overhead without them touching the ground. You remember the exercise before? So it's gonna be a combination of the two. In this case, the fact is that there isn't gravity that's pulling my arms down, but it's the elastic band that's gonna pull my arms forward. So I have to resist that using especially my lower traps that are very important here to train. So you do exactly as before, exact same position here. And then from here, what you're gonna do is, first of all, you wanna activate your core. So you don't wanna extend too much your low back. So you don't wanna do this, right? You wanna keep your spine neutral. And then from here, you just do a face pull. And then you just lift your arms up. You return, and then you finish. So it's this, 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 and this. So it's like both things at the same time. Let me just grab the elastic band correctly. All right, like this should be good. So boom, 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 and boom. All right, so that's pretty much the variation, right? What you can do also using this overhead motion to try to open up the chest and especially to extend the thoracic part of the spine. That is where the one, when you round the shoulders, is the one that really gets curved. So you wanna try to extend it to open it up. So those were two variations for face pull, another very nice exercise that you can do. You can even do face pulls either on the ground or on the doorknob. The first exercise I showed you is actually almost like a face pull. So you're laying on your stomach like this. And from here, what you're doing is you're just trying to lift up your arms, so your elbows and your hands, as much as you can, letting your arms win. So from here, right, to this. And then down. So I'm not doing this, alright, so it's not this, but it's this. So you're always trying to make your wrists win over your elbows. And if you want, you can get some extra weight, right? It's a very small range of motion because unfortunately the ground is there, so you can't really move that much, but it's still, you know, something better than nothing. So from here, right, boom, you hold and then you go down. And from here, you can do the exact same exercise as before, right, liberation. So you come up, hold, then you push forward, and then you come back again. So it's exactly as before. Try to always keep the shoulders and the elbows at 90 degrees. So sometimes, you're gonna have to do this exercise like this. So don't keep your elbows too flexed, because otherwise the exercise is too easy, in my opinion. So just have your hands a bit higher than your eyes, right? So around here, and from here, just lift, trying to make your wrists win over your elbows. And you're gonna be able to still feel the muscles working and the exercise, being effective. Another thing that you can do here is you can keep this position where you just, I'm gonna show you from the side, where this is just almost like a stretching position, right? From here, but then from here, rather than just standing here, what you can do is you can lift one arm up and then try to lift the other, trying to keep the same position. So you're trying to extend a bit more the opening up the chest and extending the thoracic spine. So from here, lift up, right? So that's another way to, train yourself in this, trying to opening up the chest, right? And you can even do it, if this is too hard for you, you can do it a little bit elevated. So you can place yourself like this, right, on top of something. So as you're trying to stretch out from here, you can try to lift your hands up, right, like this. So this is a little bit easier because of the fact that you are a little bit more opened up. So yeah, it's just it. But again, or another very nice stretch for the thoracic extension is actually you place your elbows on top of something, and then you try to sink in like this, right? And then you really feel the stretch here on the chest, on the lats, and these are all muscles that are gonna end up, rounding your shoulders. So if you can stretch them up, that's of course the best. So again, here remember this kind of praying position stretch. You try to really open up the chest and stretch all those muscles that tend to cause the rounding of the shoulders. So like this. And yeah, so once again, I'm just showing you different exercises very quickly that you can do to just try to train more this area that I believe it's so important because of the fact that so many people, have neck problems or shoulder problems because of this rounding posture, and they don't do anything to counter it. They don't do anything to try to battle it. And so, doing exercise is the best way because it's the active way and it's the best way to do it. So now I'm going to show you some neck exercises. In this case, you're gonna just need a wall, where I hope that you can see me. In this case, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just lay against the wall, and see here, my shoulders are like my whole spine is touching the wall. I'm not here. So I'm not having the low back arch. So here you can see that my hand now can go in. So I'm not doing this. I'm just staying flat. All my spine is flat against the wall. So that's important. Then from here, look at my head. I'm gonna try to push my head backwards until I can touch the floor. I can touch the wall with my back of my head. See here that I'm touching it. And now when you touch it from here, what you can do is already keeping this position. It's something good for the posture, because you are telling your body that, you know, this should be the good position for your neck, not this one. This is a forward position of the neck. You should be like this. When you're standing, when you walk, when you sit down, you should keep your neck and your head centered, not forward. So this first position really teaches your body to place your head in the correct position. Then after you hold this position for, I don't know, 30 seconds, what you can do is you can start doing some active exercises. And this one is the first one. You wanna exhale, so, and as you do it, you wanna keep always touching the wall with your head, but you wanna try to bring your chin as close as possible towards your chest, but without, see here that my head is not touching the wall anymore. So you wanna keep touching the wall at the same time, trying to bring your chin as low as possible towards the chest. So, like this. You hold it, and then you relax. And you relax. Relax. And you should feel here the muscles in front of your neck, so the depth flexors of the neck that are right here, right? You should feel them almost cramping up, especially if you're not trained them and you're not used to doing these movements. You're gonna feel them that you're cramping up. You feel these very weird muscles here inside, like trembling, and like you can't really keep the position. If that happens, of course you can stop for a moment, but then continue, because that means that these muscles are super weak, and that's why they're cramping up. So try to, continue, be steady, and improve, and you're gonna see that these muscles are gonna get stronger, and these muscles are gonna be very important for you to keep a correct neck posture during the day, right? Instead of doing this, when you're just stretching them out and they're weak, they're gonna be stronger, and they're gonna be able to bring your neck more centered as you do anything. So that's why I recommend to do this exercise. You can do it every day. When you wake up, you do like 10 reps, then you continue your things. During the day, you do it again, and then before bed, you can do it again. So you keep this routine over, and this is gonna help you dramatically with any kind of neck pain that you may have in the back part of your neck, but also it's gonna improve your posture. And many times the problem on the neck, you're so having neck issues, is because of bad posture. So as you correct posture, those problems, those pains go away. So I hope that this is gonna be helpful for you. Remember, again, I'm gonna just show you again, very important, keeping here the spine all touching the wall. So don't do this, because here, for example, this position, because I'm arching my low back, like I don't even have to stress that much the neck. It's already in a good position. But when you flat, your whole spine is touching the wall, that's when keeping a good position is more challenging. And so this is where, that's why here you should be always keep the spine in the same spot as you do the exercises as I showed before with the neck. You can even do here rotations. So for example, still touching with the head the wall, you can rotate left, right? You can rotate right. Always trying to like exhale as you rotate. You're gonna feel also a very nice stretch every time that you rotate on the anterior part, right? Like this. Always touching the wall with your head. And you can do this kind of circles. So for example, like this, right? So you start training all the muscles, you start also stretching them out. So it's very nice, and that's something I recommend you to do. And yeah, so you can see all these exercises for the upper back, especially scapulas, rotator cuff, and neck, are going to be so important for your posture, and that's why I recommend you to do them, if not every day, you can do them like one day yes, one day no. Like add in your routines these corrective exercises. They're going to be so important for you to reach that mean and old age with a healthy body without having too many pains, and that of course is the best, right? So now I'm gonna do some exercises with pushing and core exercises, right? So I'm gonna do some push-ups and some abs, because it's just a full body routine. So I'm gonna have to do also something to train my muscles. So yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna do this kind of challenge, okay? This exercise where I'm gonna do push-ups, and then I'm gonna do mountain climbers, or exercises where I'm gonna keep this pushing position, but then I'm gonna just move my legs. I'm gonna move my legs and then my arms. So it's gonna be something more dynamic. All right, so let's start here with push-ups. I'm gonna just do 10 and then 10. So it's gonna be something, where's the stopwatch? Okay, here. It's gonna be something more dynamic and something against the clock. So let's go. Oops. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. And 10. All right, so that's just it. No very low reps. And I'm keeping this 40 seconds range. So I have 40 seconds to do the exercises and then to rest. So let's start again here. Okay. So I'm gonna do this same pattern one more time, and then I'm gonna change exercises. I'm gonna change variations. All right, let's go. All right. So now I'm gonna do wide push-ups. All right. So this is gonna be the next variation. And now I'm gonna do with the abs. I'm gonna just do half burpees. So I'm gonna bring both legs in front at the same time. All right, let's go. All right. Okay. Ooh. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Man. All right. Let's do it one more time. Whew. Nice. So I did 6 reps there, 6 total sets, 10 push-ups, and then 10 exercises with the abs. I'm gonna rest now a little bit because I feel that I'm getting more tired. So yeah, and then I'm gonna do 2 more variations, right? Of both push-ups and abs. Let's see, what could I be doing? Could be doing the push-ups that are also for the posture. Looks good. And then I could be doing some rotation, yeah. So let's do some rotation as well, like twisting pistons, stuff like that. Alright, so just resting here a little bit, catching my breath. So I'm doing something here that is a more dynamic way to do the exercise. So I hope that it's going to be better. Alright, let's start again. Yeah, I'm going to do now inner push-ups, right? So close push-ups, and then twisting pistons. And then the last push-up I'm going to do is going to be something where you're going to just need to like touch your feet every time. It's a weird exercise, but it's very good. And then again, I can do just some mountain climbers, right? Something of that sort. Or maybe I could do the, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna just improvise. Alright, let's go. Alright. Alright. Again, just 40 seconds, exercises and rest. So it's very little resting. Alright, let's go. Ooh, nice. Have you played the next PTV Battles 2? No, I haven't. I've seen some gameplays, but I haven't played it. All right. Okay. Oh man. Ooh. So yeah, that was the next 3 sets. Yeah, jumping around is definitely exhausting. But now I can do the last variation of push-ups. And then Yeah, we'd like to do something with rotation as well, but I don't have much room here. So I might have to resort to doing something weird. I hope it's gonna work. So yeah, let's give it a try. Right, so now for the push-ups, it's gonna be doing this. So from here, you push, and boom, you do this. Okay. Unfortunately, it's quite tough to do it, but alright, and now for abs, I'm gonna do this. Alright. Ooh. So yeah, it's gonna be a mix of push-ups and abs. But yeah. Alright. Oh, all right. Let's go. Oh, all right. So yeah, that was it. Was a bit of a mix with push-ups and abs. So I'm pretty happy with my push-ups. So now let's just do something more specific for the core. And when you train abs, you know, you wanna train them without much resting, one exercise after the other, trying to really feel the burn. So that's what I'm gonna do. And in this case, because I've done so many exercises in this pushing position, I'm gonna now lay on my back and I'm gonna do other exercises, other variations for abs. All right. So let's go. All right. So it's going to be 20 seconds doing the exercise, 10 seconds rest. 20 exercise, 10 rest, and so on. Let's go. All right. Let's go again. Let's try to do a little bit of rotation as well now. All right. And let's go on a full crunch. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, oh man. Let's do some rotation now. Lateral flexion, actually. All right. Ooh. Now let's take 30 seconds break, and then I'm gonna continue. Ooh. All right, let's prepare. Surface crunch now. Oh, this one is always super heavy. Let's do it on one side. Okay, 13. Let's do it on the other side. Okay. Ooh. All right, last exercise. If we sit up, oh, my abs are dead, man. Okay, that's it. Oh. So that was 5 minutes and a half of a core routine, you know, one exercise after the other, and yeah, really feeling the abs burning. And that's good. All right. So I've done here push, core. Now let's do a little bit of a pull, right? Unfortunately here for pulling, if you don't have a pull-up bar, so you can't do pull-ups, you don't have a lower bar, you can even do like Australian pull-ups. It's hard to train the pulling muscles, especially the lats, the arms. So the best thing to do is, once again, if you have some dumbbells, you can use some dumbbells, right, for the arms, or you can do it also for the lats, right, if you do it like this. But I think the best thing to use is to use elastic bands, because once again, elastic bands, the benefit is that at the end of the motion you have the highest amount of tension. So right here you have a lot of tension, a lot more than with the dumbbells, because the dumbbells, once you're right here, it's vertical to the gravity, so it's very little effort. Instead, on the elastic band right here is the maximum tension. So I think elastic bands are very good to train when you don't have access to either a pull-up bar or some more advanced equipment like a row machine or like a pull machine. And even for the lats here, you can use elastic band, for example like this, right? And once again, at the end of the motion, you have the highest tension. So it just has a different feeling. And you can even use both. For example, you can either grab a dumbbell plus the elastic band. So you can have both benefits of having both the dumbbell, extra weight, plus the elastic band. So you can even use both if you want to. So I'm gonna do something for my arms and then for the lats. So I'm gonna mix these two exercises that are gonna be the pulling exercise I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's go. All right, should be pretty equal. So from here, I'm gonna do 3 movements for the flexors of the elbow, right? So I'm gonna do the supinated grip like this for more of the biceps activation. Then I'm gonna do the intermediate grip for the brachioradialis activation, this muscle right here. And then I'm gonna do the pronated grip for the brachialis, for more of the brachialis activation. So in all 3 grips, you're gonna activate both of these 3 muscles, but depending on the grip, you're gonna activate more one than the others. So I just recommend also to use different variations here just to do that. And yeah, so here for the biceps supinated grip, right? I'm gonna do both arms at the same time. So that's 12. Franco and Affel House, hi and welcome. Thanks for the cheers. So now let's move on right away, so you don't want to rest too much. Intermediate grip, so neutral grip now for the brachialis. Always reaching 12, and you can see here I'm always holding at the top a little bit of time. So for the extra, that extra peak contraction with maximum tension. Now, last variation is with a pronated grip. So once again here, try to always keep your elbows tucked in so you don't use much of shoulders or other momentum. Right, so from here, pronated grip, remember. All right. So those were the 3 variations, right, for the arms. Oops. I'm gonna now rest a little bit, and then I'm gonna do the same routine again. So to just really feel the burning as well on the arms. And yeah, so thanks Apple House for the appreciation. Always something I recommend you guys is to always do the exercises under control. So don't go too fast, right? Because if you go fast, you lose focus on what you're doing. So try to always go controlled, you know, even if that means that you're gonna end up doing less reps. But the quantity is not important, it's the quality, right? How you do them. Are you really feeling your muscles working? Are you feeling them like getting tired and burning? And that's what you should be focusing on. So yeah, that's around 1 minute on rest. I'm gonna now do the same routine again. So, trying to have the elastic band to be the same here, left and right. Nope. Okay, here we go. Deity, hi, welcome. Thanks for the like. In the background, if you hear someone talking in the background, it's probably my parents, you know, because I'm just doing this workout in my room. And we speak Spanish at home because I'm Argentinian. I was born in Argentina and moved to Italy, where I'm living now, when I was a little kid. So in our house, we speak Spanish. So that's pretty much it. All right, so let's go again here. Focus on the biceps. So elbows tucked in and supinated grip. All right, so that's 12. Remember another thing that I forgot to tell you is that be careful how you use the wrist. So don't cheat your way up with the wrist. So don't try to curl using also your wrist. Try to always leave your wrist in a neutral position or even slightly extended position. So you're even using more your arms and not like the forearm. So that's another thing. So let's go now with intermediate grip into a neutral position. All right, 12. Hidayu, hi, welcome. Do you go to the gym? No, I don't. I always train either outside, so like in the parks, using pull-up bars or deep bars or just, you know, the ground, gravity. And I use very little equipment as well. Dumbbells, elastic bands, these supports here to keep the wrist neutral as I'm doing push-ups. So those are the only things I use, and it's completely free. I train for free. I don't have to spend money on going into somewhere. And unfortunately, on winter it's quite rough because, you know, it's cold outside, so you have to put a lot of clothes. But if you really want to do something, you can always do it. So even training on winter outside is still possible. You just need to really want to do it. All right, let's go now with pronated grip. And yeah, fiesta after house party. All right. Ooh, I feel my arms completely burn out. Ooh. Deity, very cool. We had an Argentinian youth pastor. Oh wow, nice. Here in South Africa, nice guy. Yeah, that's nice to hear. Yeah, we're Argentinian, so we're in our house. We speak Argentinian sometimes because of the fact that we have lived in Italy for so long. Some words, just to know them better in Italian. So that's why, when I don't know a word in Spanish, I just say it in Italian. And yeah, so it's nice. Now my arms here are completely burned out, really tiring. So you can see that just with an elastic band you can really focus and you can exhaust your arms. So that's nice. Do you run sometimes too? I don't. I prefer going with the bicycle. So I prefer cycling and not really running because of the fact that running, especially if you do it consistently and you do it like every day, you run very long distances, you might end up hurting your knees, the articularity of your knees. So you may end up having some degenerative problems in the knee joint because of the, every time the impact. Because like running is pretty much a mini jump, right? You're in the air, then you need to do every step. So if you don't have good shows, if you don't know how to run properly, you might end up hurting yourself, and in the long run, if you do it for a lot of years, you might end up hurting your knees. So yeah, I prefer just cycling. You have all the same benefits in terms of cardiorespiratory benefits, right? You also train your legs, you train your breathing. So at the end of the day, cycling is much safer for your joints. So that's why I prefer cycling over running. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some pulling for my bigger muscles. So for example, my lats, my teres major, and so on. And once again, I'm gonna be using this elastic band. Okay, so I'm gonna just put my foot here, like this, and just trying to pull the elastic band towards the ceiling, keeping the elbow tight, and just trying to pull as much as possible. Actually here I should be doing it like this, right? But I just don't feel very comfortable in this position. So yeah, I don't know. This might not be the best. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I like cycling, good cardio, and sick leg workout. Swimming too for more full body workout. Yeah, also swimming is great because it trains your whole body. But always with swimming, you should be doing some exercise on the ground because of the fact that when you're swimming, you are in water, and water is more dense than air. So that means that if your body develops a lot of breathing power, so that's good. But in terms of muscle power, it's not as good as when you're training on the ground because gravity is much harder than water. So that's why you should, if you swim, you should always train as well on the ground and doing some compensatory exercises. So yeah, Mitch, GB15, welcome. So let's do now the opposite leg here, the opposite side. So I'm gonna try to put myself like this so you guys can see, right, what I'm doing here with my arm. So trying to keep the elbow tucked in. And trying to lift it up as much as possible, right? Not really trying to compensate, just pure power from the back. Yeah, here, probably like this. All right, something like that should be good. Yeah. All right, let's see the comments. This will be useful in the future. Yeah, I hope that these videos, you know, all the things I'm explaining can be useful. So thanks for that. Ever since I started running, my legs start to hurt. Might cut down on how often I run. Yeah, I just recommend you to, if you like running, continue to do it, right? I don't want to tell you stop running at all. But try to diminish how much you run, and especially try to, you know, learn better how to run. Especially not when you run, most people touch with the heels first and then they do this, right? But when you're running, you should always touch with your midfoot and the anterior part of your foot first. So that's how you should be running. Not with the heel touching as you walk, but with the front of your foot. So in that way you have a little bit more of a, I don't know how to say it in English, but you are dosing more the way down, so it's not much on the joints, but it's more on the muscles. But yeah, definitely, you know, I recommend you to cycle and to do just other exercises rather than running. So yeah, I jog through shallow water is much harder than a normal jog, so I think it has its uses. Yeah, but I'm not talking here about what you feel in terms of when you swim, right? Your the resistance that water provides, because of course water being denser than air, it's much harder to move water than to move air. So I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about gravity. When you're in water, water takes away a lot of your weight, so gravity is acting less on your body, right? So that's what I'm talking about. And therefore, when you do any exercise in water, because of the fact that gravity is less effective, your muscles also have to overcome a lower resistance, like they're used at working without so much gravity. So that's why you should have compensatory workout inside water than outside water. So that way you are compensating, you're getting all the benefits. So yeah, I hope that, you know, this was useful for you. I really would like to do something like a vertical pull, right? Something of this sort. I would like to pull like this, but I don't think I can here with what I have in my room. So yeah, I will have to do something else. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. So here, you know, a pull-up bar or something where you can just hang the elastic band, so you can do like an exercise like a pull down, right? You're training more of this downwards pull rather than just frontal. That's always a good, but unfortunately here I don't have anything. I feel that I use my calves more and the impact really hurt my legs. So yeah, it just depends on how you run. I could teach you how to run, but unfortunately, you know, we're just on the internet. But what I can tell you, I can just show it to you here. So when you run, right, you shouldn't approach the ground like this with your heel. You should approach it like this. So you have this very small part when you can use your muscles to modulate the motion, all right? So when you run, you should always run, and you should always have the front of your foot or the midfoot touching the ground first and your heel. Because if you approach with the heel, you can't modulate, right? And so all that force goes directly to the knee, and that's how you start developing problems. So that's why when you run, you should always approach the ground with your midfoot or with the front part of your foot. So in that way, you have this muscle work with the calves, right, the gastrocnemius, that takes a lot of the impact and frees the knee to be able to have your knee safer. So that's the first rule of running. But even if you run perfectly, well, the fact that you do it consecutively, you know, every day, constantly, many miles every day, many kilometers per day, even if you run perfectly, you could end up having knee issues. So that's why I recommend you to, you know, if you like running, to keep running, but to try to do other exercises as well, like cycling, like, you know, squats, or some exercises where you have your feet on the ground. You're not jumping. So that's what I recommend. Do you recommend some habit? So yeah, that's what I recommend, you know, trying to limit a bit how much you run, trying to decrease the amount of times you go out running, trying to decrease how long you run, and trying to add some other exercises like cycling, like some static, you know, exercises that can still be very challenging, but it's just different input, right? You're not always doing the same thing over and over, you know, the over stress on the joints, but because you're doing different things, you keep your joints healthy. So that's what I recommend. If I'm full on sprinting, my heels don't touch the ground. Oh yeah, so when you sprint forward or angle. So yeah, even like when you sprint, it's more instantly now, because when you're trying to go fast, it's gonna be very likely that you're always gonna have the front of your foot, right, trying to keep you more motion. But the problem is when you run slowly, right? When you run in your pace, right, you run at your level, right, you're not running very fast. That's when most people are gonna end up starting to run with the heels approaching first the ground. That's the bad problem. So right, so even when you run slowly, you should always approach the ground with the midfoot or with the front part of the foot. So yeah, that's just how to do it. And I hope that this is going to help you. Also, buying, very important, like buy good shoes, right? Shoes that are not super, do not have such a, I don't know how to say it, dampers, right? How they're called dampers. So no, shoes that follow just your foot, you know, so that you don't have much external help, and your foot can really just follow the natural mechanics of motion. So yeah, buying good shoes is, if you are a consistent running, is also something very important. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one last exercise here for the back, because I feel like I haven't trained it enough, but I don't really have many other ways to do it. So it's just unfortunate. So I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna try to pull here, hold, and down. Pull, hold, down. Pull. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel I'm training good enough. I should be doing these pulling movements in another way, but I'll take it. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm gonna do for today in this workout. Is gonna be doing some exercises for the hips. For the hips and for the legs, of course. When you're training your full body, you wanna also train your legs. So I'm going to be starting training the glutes first, then I'm going to move on to the rotation, and then I'm going to just move to the quads, hamstrings, and the calves, and that's going to be the end of the workout. Oh, sorry, see the comment now. I have a broad foot and the insides towards my big toe tend to wear away. It's hard finding a good shoe with a thick sole that won't wear away. And yeah, I know that feeling because you know, it's something that if you are someone that runs a lot, you're gonna end up consuming your shoes a lot. Even if they're top quality, they're gonna end up getting consumed anyway. So you're gonna have to, you know, keep on buying new shoes like once every like 2 or 3 months maybe, because you need to keep on, you know, they're just being wasted away, and you know, they're being consumed by how much you run. So that's why I recommend you to, you know, to keep on running. If you really love to run, keep on running, but try to decrease how much you run and how many times you run. So that way your shoes can last longer and at the same time you're not really creating such an impact on your knees that might affect you in the long term. Like for example, in 20 or 30 years from now, you might start having some knee issues, right? If you keep on running that much, like every day. So yeah, that's just what I recommend. Now, let's do some glutes and hamstrings. I'm going to do them both at the same time. So I'm going to do here a glute bridge, right? And then I'm going to keep in this position. I'm going to lift one leg up, and then I'm going to lift the other. So I'm going to keep this glute bridge position, and then I'm going to just do this march in the air, right? Keeping the glutes always tight and contracted. All right. Nice. And now I'm going to alternate this exercise with the hamstring bridge. So it's pretty much the same stuff, but in this case you don't have your feet so close towards your butt, but you have your feet further away, like this. So you lift up your butt, right? You don't want to touch the ground. You're going to keep it on the air, and then you do the same, like this. So it's going to be a hamstring march, and you're going to be feeling your hamstrings, in this case, working a lot more than your glutes compared to before, because of the fact that you have the knee more extended. So the hamstring is really firing now a lot more. Always keep your butt here in the air. You don't want to touch the ground. Ooh. And just keep on going here. Ooh. All right. So let's rest a little bit, and then I'm gonna go again with glutes and then hamstring. Visibly faded. Okay, what happened? All right. So once again, this is an exercise to really activate the glutes, to to feel the difference when you're using more your glutes and when you're using more your hamstrings. Remember, you want to train these muscles together because they work together, right? They extend the hip. All right, so let's do this exercise one more time. Then I'm going to show you a very nice drill, a very nice exercise combo to really feel your the lateral glute, so the medium, the gluteus medius, that he is here on the side. And you're going to just take, once again, just an elastic band, and that's going to be awesome. All right, let's go again. So let's go with glute bridge first. So like this, right? Glute bridge, and then just the march. Mahmoud, hi, welcome. So thanks for watching. Alright, let's go now to the hamstrings. So once again, same motion but with the knees more extended. So butt up and just marching now. Ooh. Oh. Oh. All right. Ooh. So that was this double, exercise, glutes and hamstrings. Now, I'm gonna show you right away this next drill because I think it's super nice. Now I hope that you guys will be able to see, right? I'm gonna start from right here so you can see. Now you're gonna need an elastic band, right? You're gonna place it between on the outside of your feet like this. So see here how I place the elastic band, right? And then you wanna grab it and you wanna anchor it here on your upper body. So you have the elastic band like this. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do one step towards the left side, and then you wanna follow with the other foot, and then you wanna do one step towards the right side, and then you wanna follow. Then you do 2 steps, and you do 2 steps, one side and then the other. Then you do 3 steps, right? And then you do 3 steps on the other side. And you keep on going like this until you reach 10. And I'm gonna now keep on going here with 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna go back. 2, 3, 4. Now 5, 1. And you can see here from the side, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your legs straight, always following the line of your body without bringing your leg too forward. So you want to always keep it at your side. So it's going to be 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Of course, here you might need some more room, but you just keep on going here until 10. So 2, 3, 4, and you should start feeling now your glutes. So this part of your body just burning now, starting to burn. Whew. And thank you, Mahmoud, for your comments. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. Really makes me happy that my videos are helpful and you find them nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can really show you guys that my butt right here, it's burning, and I just go back. Do you practice every day like this? I don't. Normally what I do is I prefer isolate, different muscle groups. I prefer, for example, doing in just one session a leg workout. Then I prefer doing in one session a push-up workout, or then pull-ups. I like to split the exercises, not doing them always in the same day. But for this case, for just this workout, this stream, I decided to do it. But this is not normally what I do. All right, you might not be seeing any more because I reached 10. And then I just go back here with 10. So this exercise looks silly. I can guarantee you, it looks stupid, it looks silly, but it's super effective at make you realize the burn here at the side of the hips. So right here, if you do the exercise correctly, without having your leg to forward, right, but you keep it at the side, and you always do these steps laterally, you can really feel the insane burning at the side of the leg, and that's the gluteus medius that gets the work done, and it's a super nice drill to really feel this burn. So yeah, thanks Mick as well for your appreciation, and thank you guys for watching my videos, for your comments. It really makes me very happy, and if my videos are helpful for you, that's the best. So thank you. All right. And okay, so now let's just complete the workout, all right, with some squats and some calves. So I'm gonna do these two muscle groups, so quads and calves, in like a superset. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Even if I know you have your activities, school, or maybe other things that you do, but still, you find time to watch my videos, to comment. So thank you again. It's very, very wholesome, and it's very nice. All right, let's start. So let's go with squats. I'm gonna do them like this. So I'm gonna try to go down, and I'm gonna try to touch with my hands here the ground, but keeping my torso upright, right, like this. All right, I think I did like 20, right? Yeah, nice. I know that a lot of you guys might know me because of other videos, right? Maybe Infinite to the 2, maybe BTD6, maybe other videos. But it really makes me happy when I have a channel where I have a lot of different content, right? But it still makes me happy when people, even if you're interested in like Infinite to the 2 or the games, but you still watch my other videos, that is really makes me happy. So I hope that you guys are you guys like my whole content, because I have different videos, right? I have different content. So thanks for watching, and once again, I hope that you're enjoying the different content, and thanks for following me, right? So yeah, thanks. Now for calves, I'm gonna just do the usual calf raise here, holding and slowly down. All right, around 20 with both legs. Sigma male, who knows? If you guys have watched the Arcane series from Netflix? No, it was an awesome series. I really liked it a lot. And I saw some posts where they were commenting that Victor had the Sigma male mindset, focusing more on work and to his own job and his own dreams and things to do rather than focusing on other things. So yeah, it was a beautiful series. So yeah, nice. Thank you, Mahmoud, for even if you're from Turkey, you're pretty close to Italy, right? Turkey is not so far away from Italy, but yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Oh wow! So you guys also watched Arcane? So nice. So yeah, it's a very good series. Like if you're into animation and you like watching like anime or animation videos, I really recommend you because it's completely different from what you used. Because Western culture is used to animation like Disney, right? And Disney, despite having some very nice themes and being also for adults, it's mostly for kids. And instead, the more oriental animation like Japan or any other country, they use animation, but they're not for kids. It's very themes that sometimes are very hard, or a kid that would never understand them. So that's why I like even if it's an animation, but still themes that are very heavy, and it's something for adults as well. So kids and adults at the same time can just watch the series and can enjoy them. So that's why I like about these new kind of animations, not being just done for kids for entertainment, but also for grown-ups. So that's why I like it. So if you guys can, I definitely recommend you to watch it. Now here I'm talking too much and I'm not you doing the exercises, so let's go back here to the squats. Alright, so I'm gonna keep the watch here so that I don't lose track of what I'm doing. Alright, let's go. 1. All right, 20. And yeah, so I like animes. I've watched a lot of different anime, and I find them very entertaining because of the fact that they have very deep themes and thematics. So yeah, Alex, do you continue Genshin Impact videos? Yes, of course I do. I'm just waiting for the new update that should coming like tomorrow. So feel probably the next video I'm gonna upload tomorrow is gonna be from Genshin Impact, from the update, the new character. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, so let's continue. Timer here. All right. So let's do now calves, but I'm gonna do one leg at a time. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Changing legs. Ooh. All right. So those were 15, 15 each leg. All right, nice. Also, Mika, you are from Brazil. Wow, that's nice to hear. And yeah, every country thing has its own laughing system. For example, here in Italy, we tend to use like lol or ha 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 ha, stuff like that, when we want to express how much we laugh. All right, let's go. All right, 20. Also, every K is the intensity of the laugh. So K. No. All right, let's go again. $15. All right, 15. Alex, I like a girl in school, but I can't tell her I love her. What should I do? Well, you should just tell her how you feel, and then be ready to whatever is going to be her response, right? If it's someone that you know, it's going to be maybe a little bit easier, no? Rather than, for example, if it's a girl that you have never talked to, then it might be a little bit harder, right? So I would recommend you to try to just be as yourself. You know, don't try to appear to be someone else or try to impersonate, someone else. Just go as yourself and try to be honest, and then wait for whatever her response is going to be. I don't think there is a better way to do it. You have to be ready to accept a yes or a no, or whatever the other response may be. So just be confident and remember that your own worth doesn't come from other people. Your worth comes from what God thinks about you. And remember that God loves everybody, and God loves us unconditionally, even when we don't deserve it, or even when we have done something bad, something against Him. He still loves us, and He still wants the best for us. and he's just waiting for us to, you know, follow him. So once you understand that your own worth doesn't come from you, but comes from what God thinks of you, that's when you realize that, you know, it's what others think about you is not important. The important thing is what God thinks about you. So you know, you have to remember yourself that God has a purpose for you, that God has a plan for you, that God has prepared special things just for you. So that is what that is where your worth comes from. So it's very important to remember that, and go with this confidence, you know, with this mentality. Go and just, you know, tell the girl how you feel. I don't think there is a better way to do it. Look, your exercising makes me hungry. Yeah, I'm also hungry a little bit, so I'm gonna now do the last set, and then I'm gonna just go eat. So let's do now a little bit more explosive version of the exercise. So up and jump, jump, jump. Nice. 20. Um, 150% versus 250%, and this is a massive drop rate difference. Yeah. So yeah, it's incredible. Like a little bit of a higher difficulty can provide you with a lot more loot. So that's right, the ET. So yeah, remember that, you know, there are worse things in life that can happen than someone saying no maybe to your proposal. So especially if it's someone that you don't know very well. If this, you know, girl or whoever is someone that you know since you were a kid, you know, someone that you talk to a lot, then it might be a little bit harder sometimes. But yeah, just be confident. So that's the key. All right. Let's do now calves. All right. So I'm gonna do both legs at the same time. I'm gonna do different parts of the grip. I'm gonna do this. This. And this. Ooh. Nice. And yeah, this is gonna be, I'm gonna just do one more exercise, and that's gonna be it for the stream. So thanks to everyone that watched the stream. Thanks for the comments, thanks for watching. I hope that you were able to learn something new. Maybe you're gonna start doing it in your own workouts, or you might start doing exercises. Remember guys, doing physical activity is important to stay healthy, to keep your body strong, and so that you can keep on growing in better shape. And you know, it's just very good medicine. Working out, doing exercises, it's a very good medicine, and it's all natural. So yeah, I hope they enjoyed. I'm going to show you now just the very last exercise I'm going to do. That is going to be this one. This is called the heel walk. So you are right here, right? You lift up your feet and you start walking on your heels. Like this. You just go a little bit forward, then you go back, right? And you try to keep on just walking on your heels. So not touching with the rest of your foot the ground. Just like this. Oops. All right. Ooh. And down. Ooh. And you should really feel the burn here and here. So you're using these muscles. All right. So yeah, thanks to especially Mick, Deity, and Mahmoud. Thank you for your comment, guys. Thank you for following me. Thanks for watching. Once again, this was the very last exercise. You could see here this full body routine, starting from the upper body, shoulders, neck, scapulas, chest, abs, glutes, hamstrings, quads, everything. So, and yeah, once again, have a nice day. God bless you, and see you soon. Bye bye. Stay well, guys.